Let's jump into another game. Professor Who's Who will give us a bonus spell every turn. Chucky, I've done a bunch recently and never done super well for, so I might want to try them again just to see if I can make them work. And the Collector. When you collect a treasure, give your characters +1/+1 and an additional +1/+1 for each missing heart. I think I'm going to deal with the Collector this game. I don't think I have a ton unlocked for them. A few cards, 4 cards. I've never been a fan of Mirror Mirror, but I kind of want to try them again. What do we have? Aladdin is pretty good. I don't really need the Beanie Baby, but it is a treasure. That counts, right? When you collect a treasure, that's any form, not find. Find a treasure, I believe, is when you get shown 3, or maybe that's discover, but collect, I think, is any source, so that should be good. Stuff like Ironcast Dragon. I don't think we have the really good one unlocked of Mechanical Dragon, though. So it's about what we're cutting here. I think I might, yeah, I'm going to cut the Sinbad. I know that they're potentially quite good. I'm just bad at using them, so let's just go with this deck. I don't think that the Mirror Mirror is actually better, but I want to do it because I want to see how it goes. So let's go with the Aladdin as a starting point. And there we go. Instant common treasure. Do we want a Worn Shield, giving something +4 health, Secret Map, or the Star Shield? I think I'll take the Worn Shield's going to add up to more in the long run. Star Shield can be really good. I'm going to go with the Worn Shield, though. It's not hugely relevant, but that's okay. None of these are good picks, though. I guess we could take the Frog Prince. Whew. I do not know. Can you hear that? There's rain outside now. Dang. Wow. Big storm just blew in. Okay. I think I will take the Frog Prince. I don't know if I'm going to keep it around, but interesting pick anyway. And they survived just from having that +4 health. I'm going to go with the Mysterious Egg on turn 2 again. It's just such a solid pick. I would have also considered Shmi. I like Shmi a lot. So we're going to go with the Puck here to help our cards get some good damage in early. I don't know if it's going to be that impactful, but that's okay. And there we go. Won the second match. Moving on to, Silver Frog Prince. Basically, I've never made this to the golden. When you golden me, transform into a random character of the shop's level. Recruit me 3 times to golden me. Which is sort of just in the game, I think, to tutorialize what goldening means, right? Like, a lot of the common cards introduce mechanics. So they're here to tell you that stuff, and then later they don't bother to mention what that means. Hungry Hyena could go with the Frog Prince because it is an animal. We could also go with Pyrat. I do like Pyrat. Let's go with Pyrat. I'll move Pyrat to the front here, and Shanty, Shanty, Shanty. Do we want a Shanty? That is a great question. Shanty's a 3/4, whereas our Aladdin is a 4/3. So Aladdin is better in the short term, but Shanty could do a lot of work in the long term. I think I'm going to go with it. We don't really need to keep them around. The question is, do we wish? Turns out it was fine, but it probably wasn't the best gamble of going for the front slot being Pyrat or the front slot being Shanty. Anyway, we will take the Puck here to get a silver and move on. Do I want to take the Cowardly Lion again? That worked really well last game I played. I think I'm just going to go with the Twinkle Twinkle for now and see what we get in the next shop. And there's that Mirror Mirror. Now, Mirror Mirror is set my stats to theirs. So having the +4 is completely irrelevant. I really want Mirror Mirror in here to maybe see in the future, not really right now. So instead, I'm just going to go with the Peter Pan. We do have a Fae right now that can benefit from that ability. So it is going to sort of, do I want to get rid of the Frog Prince? I guess so, because they can still show up as golden in the shop. So it doesn't actually minimize much. I guess they were actually smaller now that I think about it. Oops, oh well. And not big enough, all right. That is a shame. Slow Morgana win, there we go. Mysterious Egg turns into our epic for us. Arc Dragon. Recruit, your next shop is only dragon. So we didn't get that effect, but we do have a Treasure Hoard Dragon, and that's still pretty okay if we can get some more stuff. The most beneficial thing, though, is that we just rolled into True Love's Kiss, a spell that transforms a character into a character 1 level higher than them. This is an epic character, which is 1 level higher than our shop, so we're going 2 levels higher than our shop by turning them into an early Wishing Dragon. That is massive, actually. If we can get the Wishing Dragon to stay bigger than the rest of our board, we can buff our entire board every single turn. Question is, how are we going to do that? Currently, it's true, but it's not going to stay that way if it buffs by +10 every time. So I think I'm going to, I'm actually not sure what I want to do here. I really wish I could get more treasures. Then we can do something like Fairy Dragon. Maybe I'll just take Nameless One for the time being. Yeah, replace our Peter Pan with them. I think I might move the Shanty over to the Pirate slot, though, for the time being. Pretty big bonus there. Yeah, survived. Didn't even manage to get hunted. That's excellent. Cool. Very, very nice. We could take the 2-blind mice. They are going to grow pretty fast, but really only going to catch one bonus from the Wishing Dragon. That's the problem. Right now, everything is bigger than the Wishing Dragon, so it's only giving me a really... I mean, it was a good buff, but it's like, are they doing anything for me anymore? Like, are they done? If I can keep buffing them, then great, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. We have a pretty strong front line that's hunting. Puck here only really has that plus 10/10. They probably should get replaced soon, honestly. Maybe I'll go with something Sugar Plum Fairy. I would like to do more stuff with Faye. Really, again, like, I'm supposed to be getting treasures, and I just have not successfully done that. I'm not completing this quest, though. It's just not going to happen. I think I'm going to take the Sugar Plum... I'm going to take the 2-blind mice. 2-blind mice are fun. And right now... Ooh, we did get the Frog Prince. But all it does is transform into a character of your shop's level. So it's just... Basically, this means get a common treasure and get a random rare. And I'm not that interested in that. So we'll still take them for the common treasure because we desperately need treasures, but not really that relevant otherwise. Masterwork Scroll gives us bonus to spells. One of shielding means every time we cast a spell, we get a health, and Captain's Cutlass will buff that first slot once more. We could take that and start moving the Wishing Dragon to the front, but we have such a strong hunt front line that I don't really think that's going to be worth it. Let's go with the Masterwork Scroll. Maybe we can do some direct target spells on our Wishing Dragon. Very good. And start of the game, the... Ooh, can I? I'm going to move... I got stuck. I'm going to move the Pirate over here so that they'll be able to catch a bonus from the... Yeah, so now 3 of the 4 are catching bonuses from the Wishing Dragon. That should be good. Okay, pretty good. Okay, pretty good. Okay. Nice. Moving on, I might actually start investing in greed. We don't have a lot of treasures yet, but we do plan on getting them, and it would be really fun to make this from a treasure hoard 3 to a treasure hoard 4. Other than that, though, Mighty Mouse is actually really strong. I think it's really easy to underestimate them, but it's just really hard to pivot right now. The nice thing about Wishing Dragon is that we can pivot pretty easily, because we can give that plus 10 to anything that we get as long as it's smaller than Wishing Dragon. So that doesn't actually, like Fire Breathing Dragon. Right now is a 9/12, but when we take them, they're actually going to be a 19/22, which could be significant with the ranged bonus. I do like that. The question is, do I want Pirate? Do I want Shanty? Is Shanty doing enough for us anymore? They are getting hunts still, so they're not, like, weak. And Nameless One, unless we see them in the shop, they're not doing much. And if we see them in the shop, that's fine. We can still buy them from the shop. That's not a big deal. I think I'll go with that. Let's put Fire Breathing Dragon in the front. And, ooh, I do love an Ogre Magi. That would also be really nice. But, well, we do want spells if we're going to go with Masterwork Scroll. My board is a mess right now. I need to figure out what my theme is and stick to it. We could also just take the Spoonful of Sugar, stick it in the back, buff up our Wishing Dragon, but it's not doing anything really right now. I do think that keeping the 3-blind mice is a great idea. And other than that, let's get rid of Pirate. Yeah, let's take the Ogre Magi. Good big bonus from our Wishing Dragon. That attacks, that kills, that attacks, that kills. Unfortunately, Ogre Magi did not get to actually attack. I figured they'd be able to make it, but they didn't. Goodie Bag. Goodie Bag's just so good. I don't have a ton of slot buffs, but I got a few. Probably worth it. I say we take the Goodie Bag. Goodie Bag just... It's so strong. Now, we can get either Abracadabra to get a shop full of spells, or we can take Puck just to get a common treasure. I think we need them. We just need those treasures, so let's just keep going. Fortifications, Cursed Ring, Elven Tools. None of these are super excellent, except for Elven Tools will be able to work with our Goodie Bag, so I think it's probably worth it here. Plus 5 attack is not too shabby. We're only buffing the one thing, but that's still pretty good. Beautiful. That sneak even was really nice. Okay, moving on. Over the Rainbow. Love Over the Rainbow. We got that from our Ogre Magi successfully hunting. And, ooh, okay. Over the Rainbow into a silver is so nice because the silver in the shop would have been a 34-41. I think it's actually going to be bigger than that because of shanty bonuses, but just for the sake of this like example, then it gets doubled. And then of course that double is going to get doubled because of is that right? Is this getting woo? Okay. We're going to take the 2 blind mice. That's fantastic. Ooh, are we at the point in the game where we want a Mirror Mirror? I think we want Mirror Mirror as a potential scam option in the late game if we need scam, but it's not really relevant yet, and that's fine. We'll just leave that. We could also start going into more Treasure Hoard. I don't think that is relevant right now, however. I think I'd rather just stick with what I have. Maybe we'll take the 2-headed wizard to double up the next spell, or we could just cast a spell. Dragonfly in chat says, does it get double from the buff on the spell since it's 2 blind mice? I think maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I was thinking that it was going up to 100 because it was 30 plus doubled shanty bonuses, then doubled, but it might be getting the 30 doubled to 60, and then that 30 being applied again, going up to 90, and then there's the shanty bonuses getting the rest. I think it's not doubling twice. It's the amount that is added when it was doubled is then being added again, is what I think is happening. I'm going to take the Pick a Peck of Peppers, +5, next shop thing. I think that's the right call here. I could go with the Druid Wizard. I think that we want that. Putting it on True Blind Mice is actually really strong. Not only is it going to double the double, which is nice, or I could actually put it on Wishing Dragon so that we can get another trigger of +10 on these two. Actually, that might be better. Let's go with that. I was going to say the 2 blind mice because since it only is an animal, it increases our odds of seeing the golden 2 blind mice. But hey, we got a dragon, and that's a fire-breathing dragon up to silver. Love to see it. Unfortunately, oh, it's just barely big enough. That's awesome. Love to see that. Are we done with Ogre Magi? I think maybe. What's nice about Stinky is it's going to actually stay... It's characters with a less attack get +10/+10. So as long as Stinky has less attack, which will be true for a while, they're actually going to keep increasing their health. And that's what Stinky really needs. So I think that's going to work really well for us. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to move them over here. I guess it didn't really matter that much. We still want that for the Stinky effect. And when they get attacked, let's just put that there so we can see that on screen. They're going to be able to take some hits. Beautiful. Next, moving on, we could mix and match of something. Might be pretty good with the Wishing Dragon because we're getting into bigger and bigger boards and we just don't have a big enough board to compete really as far as Wishing Dragon because they're only buffing other things. However, Goodie Bag is not stacking up fast enough, and it would be nice to be able to get some extra bonuses on them. I think I will take the mix and match though. It's just going to be better in the long run. Stinky is great over here. Excellent. That means we're only getting one more bonus from this before they are bigger than the Wishing Dragon, but that might be okay. Hephaestus is here. Unfortunately, we do not have the requirement to have them be golden. We have a common, and a common. We have... the collector. I'm not getting any value out of you. They still might be better just from the numbers standpoint, but I don't think so. Let's take Mix and Matcho on Goodie Bag. Now we have two different things getting brought up to the stats. They will only ever get raised as opposed to the Mirror that we talked about before, which will set them no matter what the stats were. So Goodie Bag does get bonus, and I think the Wishing Dragon did too. Very nice. All right, those were some very good mix and matches. We did two of them in the same turn, and that was it. Turn 11 win. Wow, okay, weak lobby. That happens sometimes. I don't know whether or not this board would have been able to win one of the stronger lobbies. I think it was doing pretty okay, but it doesn't have the synergy to really do something special. What I've really noticed is that even boards that look like they have a lot of synergy kind of fall off if you don't have big treasures. Treasures that synergize with treasures tend to outpace any other synergy in the game, other than like maybe Hercules and Blackbeard or something. But I don't have either of those cards in this deck, so it's kind of irrelevant. So Maybe we would have been able to still late game get some more treasures to pay out, but in the time being, board did okay. Did I lose a single game that time? I'm not sure. I ended the game with 3 hearts, which does not happen very often. I usually take some hits early. Dang, Collector. You did not do much. But I think we did get like 1 treasure that buffed our board in an interesting way that made something relevant. I don't know.